Hi guys, how are you doing today? Well, it has been requested to share my updated skincare routine with you, so that's what I'm doing today. And I realized looking back at my videos, it's been almost a year since I've done a skincare video. So I'm just going to talk to you today about what I use. Over the last couple of years, I've really tried to keep it simple, not use a ton of products, but try to find things that really work. So as I've aged, I'm 41, by the way, if you don't know. Just different things work that maybe didn't before and vice versa, you know. So anyway, let's just start out with how I cleanse my face. So for years, many of you know I've been using a lot of Origins products. It's still the same for the cleanser. This is the Checks and Balances. It's the brand new one. This is the one I'm working on. I've actually cut the top off of and I'm still trying to dig it out, but I wanted you to see the full-size container. Absolutely love this. I've mentioned this several times. I really like it because it's a gentle cleanser. It's effective, but it doesn't strip my skin. When it says Checks and Balances, I really do feel like it balances my skin. So many face washes have a lot of perfumes or make my skin feel dry or doesn't feel clean afterward. This is definitely my go-to. Once in a while, I will use Dove soap in the sensitive version, just if I feel like my skin's acting up. Maybe, you know, I have a couple of breakouts or something, but I can't use that all the time or it is too drying for my face. And I'll use my Clarisonic 2 to 3 times a week with that at night to remove my makeup. I don't always wash my face in the morning, and it just depends what it needs. I mean, I really try to look at my skin. I just don't get in a habit of doing the same thing every day, especially in the winter time. And I know I've told several of you this before. If you have dry skin, you could possibly skip washing your face in the morning. You know, like I said, just assess your skin and see if it needs it. Some days I feel like my skin needs it. I might wake up and it feels like, you know, a little oilier or whatever. Especially in the summertime, I'll usually wash it more often than in the winter time. In the winter time, I usually notice it's about every other day. I don't always wash in the morning because I don't want to dry it out. I also still use and really love the Colleen Rothschild. This is a radiant cleansing balm. Absolutely love this. This is like my second or third one. It smells heavenly. So you can see how much I've used it there. Basically, you just take some out, warm it up between your hands. This is great at days when I have on a lot more makeup. It really melts the makeup away. Absolutely love it. I love the way my skin feels afterwards. It's so soft. Some days I might not have that much makeup on, so I feel like then I want to save this and not use it every day. So I switch out basically between the Origins and the Radiant Cleansing Balm. So let's talk toners. I don't always believe everyone needs a toner. Matter of fact, I don't always use a toner. And you really have to have the correct one. So many of them have way too many ingredients in it that you don't need, or irritating to the skin, or have, you know, their primary ingredient is alcohol. So the one, again, I've used off and on for years is the Origins. This is the United States Balancing Tonic. Again, I don't always use a toner, but I find more in the spring and summer, you know, in the warmer months, I use a toner. So I find I use this probably 2 or 3 times a week during the spring and summer. And again, it's not something I use every day. I just kind of see, you know, do I feel like I need it? But this is the one that I've repurchased over and over. So as far as daytime moisturizers, I've really been still enjoying the Colleen Rothschild. This is the Sheer Renewal Cream. As you can see, it's getting pretty low. I have a backup of this. I really enjoy this in the spring and summer. Once in a while in the winter, it's not quite moisturizing enough for me, but I have a few ways that I can doctor it up that I'll talk about. So still loving this. It's just a great light moisturizer, but I've tried to add in a few drops of the Josie Maran Argan Oil in Light, and I bought the Light because I've had the original years ago, and I found it was a little too heavy for me. So what I'll do is basically just put a drop or 2 of this in with like the Colleen Rothschild. But I can't say this is definitely my favorite way, but I did want to include it because it's a nice added thing. If maybe your moisturizer isn't working or isn't heavy enough, you can also, you know, use an oil in it. Nighttime moisturizer is pretty much just this one because I can't get enough of it. If you were to ask me my absolute favorite product from Origins, it would be the Nitamins. So it's high potency Nitamins, mineral enriched renewal cream. I don't know how many of these I have purchased. This is a fairly new one that I just opened not too long ago, but I love the scent. I love the feel. It's not too heavy, not too greasy. I can wear it, you know, summer and winter, but my skin just, I wake up, my skin just feels very hydrated, smooth. I mean, it feels like smooth as a baby's butt. This stuff is awesome, and it lasts a really long time, so it's not like every couple months you're going out to buy a new one. You don't need a lot. A little goes a long way with this, so can't be without this. This is something, like I said, I've repurchased I don't know how many times. Okay, so let's talk treatments, like eye creams, special treatments, anything like that. So as far as eye creams, I just mentioned in a recent video, my favorite, and I've repurchased it now, is the Mad Hippie brand. This is the advanced skincare eye cream with peptides, ceramides, pomegranate, and white tea. Comes in an airless pump. You can get it from the Mad Hippie website. You can get Mad Hippie at like healthy grocery stores I've seen, or of course on Amazon. Really love this. I think the packaging kind of sways me for it to be my favorite as well. But I honestly love the results. And I mentioned in that last video, I think it's actually like prolonged, you know, me having to get Botox. I've mentioned before I do get Botox, but usually only about 6 months. It's been about 8 months now. I use a vitamin C serum every morning before my moisturizer. And again, I use the one from Mad Hippie. I've just found I really liked this one. I've been using it for at least a year or maybe more now. So I've not even ventured to try anything else. Before this one, or maybe in between another one of this one, I tried the one from Paula's Choice, and I didn't think it did anything. I didn't really like it. And I felt like it seemed like it went bad quicker, like, you know, it oxidized and things quicker. I do think it helps, you know, brighten my skin a little bit more and even it out. If I feel like I have some breakouts or just bumps, I don't really get a lot of breakouts. But sometimes if a product irritates me or a sunscreen irritates me, my skin just feels like bumpy in general, or I'm noticing, you know, anything weird, I will use the salicylic treatment complex from Colleen Rothschild. I really like this. My husband uses it sometimes as well. He has like bigger pores on his nose because of rosacea, and I find this really helps that. Another treatment I really like is the Radical Skincare. This is the Instant Revitalizing Mask. I've mentioned this before. I've actually not used up this little, I think it was like a 100-point perk yet, but when I do, I plan on purchasing the full size. So really love this. It just brightens your skin. When it says Instant Revitalizing Mask, it's one of those oxygenated masks, so it like foams and bubbles. Your skin really does look like awake and just fresher like instantly. So it's really nice, and when my skin just needs a pick-me-up, I'll use this. So whenever I feel like I need it. I have talked about this so many times. I just talked about it recently because I bought a new one here. This is the Radical Skincare Age-Defying Exfoliating Pad. So this is a brand new tub for me. It's an alpha beta peel, and I just really like the results I get with this one, and I see results. I've tried a few others that I don't see results. I mentioned before the Dr. Dennis Gross probably come in second for me, but I still really prefer these. They are pricey, but they last me a long time. I probably use them about 2 to 3 times a week. Maybe, you know, like one of those every other day or every couple days. I don't use it every day because it can dry out my skin a little bit. I just notice, you know, my pores look better. My skin looks brighter, more even. I get softness. I actually feel like it plumps up slightly. You know, like the acne scarring that I have around my mouth. I just feel like my skin, I wake up, my skin looks better. So that's something I only do at night. Afterwards though, because I don't want it to be too drying, I usually do put on a little bit of the Nitamins with it. So I don't think I mentioned before, but I have like normal combo skin. For the most part, it's pretty much normal combination. Like, you know, I'll get a little more oily in the T-zone, and kind of not even a full T-zone. It's kind of like right here around my nose, right here on my chin, and sometimes maybe right here. But for the most part, you know, like I said, it's normal combination. Sometimes it can be kind of combination all over where I'll actually have dry patches. But for the most part, using these products, it's pretty much normal with, you know, a slightly oily T-zone sometimes. I just wanted to mention, I have tried using Retinol again, or Retin-A, Tretinoin, however, But I've still found my skin can't use it. I used retinol for makeup artist choice for many years, but many years ago, and it worked great. However, I've just found the last couple years my skin does not like retinol products anymore. I find I get better results with like a glycolic product. That's why I use the peel pads. I get, the brightening. I don't have that crappy downtime with, the peeling and making your skin look worse before it gets better. And I've mentioned that before. I don't necessarily believe in that. I don't think you have to have harsh skincare for your skin to look good. Because a few years ago, for many of you that are still with me from then, right before I started using Origins, I started using Obagi, and I just found my skin looked a wreck. And I mean, not like a little bit a wreck, like it felt like it was harming my skin. So like I said, I don't feel like you need a ton of products for one, and I don't feel like they need to be harsh for your skin to look good. I've actually found the more I pare down my skincare and not try something new every other week, stick with what works and the simple things, just like a simple cleanser, a serum, a moisturizer, and then a treatment, I find my skin reacts better and looks better. So many of you have been commenting on my skin, how much better it looks. Thank you so much. These are the items I'm using. I feel like it could always look better just because I do have advanced aging skin due to the acne scars I had. And when I say I had acne in my early 20s, I don't mean my face was like broken out in full-blown acne all the time. I mean, I had acne always going on, but it'd be like one spot or two spots, and then that spot would go away and I would get another one. So I was lucky enough that I could cover it up with makeup, and it's not like, I looked grotesque or anybody, looked at me funny. But, I'd have one here. Well, this one would go away, then I'd have one here. It was just a constant thing. The acne broke down the collagen, so now that I'm aging, you're really noticing those acne marks and fine lines more so than if I had never suffered from that. So those are always things that I keep in mind when treating my skin. I've mentioned before, of course, I could go get lasers and Fraxel laser and all kind of things, but they're very expensive, and I don't look forward to the downtime. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and learned a little bit about my skincare. I will list all the products below that I can. Let me know if you guys are using any of this or plan to, or what your favorite skincare item is. I would love to know. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.